What's up, everybody? Tom Pelissero here with the mustachioed Judd Zulgad for the final time, the final day of Movember.
This is it.
Are you going to miss it?
No, not one bit. It's going to be delightful to have it gone.
A word to the wise, use an electric razor first to get off the big part of it and then go back with the close shave razor. Otherwise, it's going to hurt a lot.
Okay, thank you very much. I will take that under advisement and probably act on that.
5 games to go for the Minnesota Vikings beginning on Sunday against Denver, Judd, and they make 4 roster moves yesterday. People, I've seen it written that, oh, it's just getting worse for the Vikings. No, this is what you do at this time of year, which is stash guys, bring other guys up onto the 53, take a look at some people, and it's a 5-week trial.
Right. This is what we expected at some point to happen. It's happening now. You don't take any risks with guys. You sign anybody who's out there who you might want to take a look at. This is how it's going to play out. And Tom, it's not a surprise. I mean, this team is pretty much what we thought they were. They're a little bit worse than I thought that they would be. I think I had them 6 to 8 wins. 8 wins, just a great season for them. 6 wins realistic. Well, they're not going to get to 6 wins now. And I don't think it's too strong to say it's a death march to the finish. I mean, that's basically what this is going to be. I'm not going to be shocked if they don't win another game, and the best thing they can do is get a look at the young kids that they have.
Something that Leslie Frazier said today, and it kind of goes back to something I wrote earlier on in the week. He said, if guys are healthy, they're going to continue to play. If Jared Allen's healthy, it won't be different than week 5 or 6. If Adrian Peterson's healthy, it won't be any different than week 2 or 3.
Right.
I don't agree with that, because you've got guys who are going to take the more wear and tear they get. You could run Jared Allen into the ground at age 31. Why in the world would you continue to allow him to play more snaps than anybody in the league? It's not as though guys around the league, everybody else plays every snap.
Sure.
No, other teams rotate people at the end. The Vikings might give him a snap or 2 off per game. Play Everson Griffin, play Christian Ballard. Just take some snaps off the guys.
Well, and you're 2-9. Take a look at these guys. You've got guys you desperately need to get a look at. And what's the motivation for Jared Allen right now? There is none. If you're Everson Griffin,
well, for Jared Allen, there is go get your sacks and try to get the record.
Yeah, I guess, but I'm just saying,
take some snaps off him and run down.
Well, I'm just thinking that if you are Everson Griffin or you're Christian Ballard, your motivation is, okay, I can set myself up to go into training camp in pretty good shape. Jared Allen might be thinking statistically that's the case. I can get the sacks record, but ultimately he has nothing to prove. There's no there for him, in my opinion, compared to a young guy. And let's talk about Peterson for a second. What's the motivation to play him again?
If you bring him
he's got
back,
a high ankle sprain. Hold him out for at least 3 weeks.
And I still don't think that he plays this week, but I think it's a possibility. I think at this point, I don't.
But he's hurt. Okay, Jared Allen, we can argue about too many reps. Adrian Peterson has a high ankle sprain.
You have a huge investment in both of them. I don't know how in the world you're going to continue to lump snaps on him at a time that you really should be in evaluation mode.
And you know what? Get a look at Toby Gerhart. This is the ideal time. What do you have in Toby Gerhart? You might have nothing there. There might be nothing there. But find out now. Do not bring a guy with a high ankle sprain, your superstar on offense. Do not bring him back. There's no reason to bring him back. Maybe you bring him back for a game at the end. But you know what? If he comes back and he does any more damage, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, and then Frazier's other reasoning today was, well, if you play young guys before they're ready, before they look like they're ready in practice and in the meetings, that's when you're going to expose other guys to injury risks. Well, kind of like playing Benny Sapp when he's completely out of shape and is guessing on routes, and then Tyrell Johnson rips his hamstring off the bone.
Who are you going to expose to? I mean, what's the deal? I mean, the offensive line wasn't very good 5 games in.
And I agree, you don't throw in backup offensive linemen if you don't think they're ready because you can get Ponder killed.
But my point is,
guys in the secondary.
But my point is, this team wasn't very good to start off with. I mean, you're not taking all these Pro Bowl players and replacing them with young guys, and you need to see what you've got. I mean, if you don't think they're very good, then why'd you draft them? Why are they on this roster?
Well, and again, because you have different people. You're talking about the coaching staff versus the personnel department, and there are clearly going to be some disagreements there, and coaches are always going to lean on the guys that they're comfortable with. But I think as you go forward, you have to try to win games the right way. How about Joe Webb? Frazier made mention that he could see time and that they'll look at him at receiver. I didn't actually get the feeling that Webb will play any more than he has in the past. A snap or 2 here or there. Why not throw Joe Webb out there for 25 snaps and just see what happens? I've heard he can't catch, but he caught 1 ball this year. Throw him out there, see what happens.
Well, and that's the thing is, skill position-wise, are you going to put anybody out there who's going to get either himself or somebody else hurt? No. I mean, Joe Webb's not going to get himself hurt by playing. Now, he might get hurt, but there's no danger there. I don't understand. Are they trying to win games? And if so, long term, why are you doing that? Why are you trying to win games? You want the draft pick, And B, you better see what you have, or we're going to get to Mankato next year, and you're going to have some of the same problems repeat themselves over and over. This is a one-year deal for Frazier. This can't happen again. If we're sitting here next year at this time, he's either been fired or he will be fired.
And you can try to win games all you want. There's nothing wrong with trying to win games on game day, but you've got to do it within the context of figuring out who can help you win a lot more games down the road.
But don't you think big picture...
Benny Sapp isn't going to be here next year.
And don't you think big picture, what you just said, is more important than trying to win games? I mean,
sure.
At some point in time, and we've asked Frazier this
I'm
for
saying
weeks.
you scheme up and you practice and you prepare to try to win the game, but you do it with guys who are actually going to be a part of your program.
Exactly, and I'm not saying you try to lose the game, but I am saying right now the future is way more important than the present. It's just that simple.
And there's going to be changes. No matter what, there's going to be changes. It could happen at a number of different levels. We'll just have to see exactly how that pans out.
Death march.
It is a death march. Not to mention the death march for the mustache. What time is it coming off? 12:01?
No, I think it's going to be before then. I think it's going to be at home.
If I find out you don't have a mustache by the end of today, I'm not going to be pleased.
What's that?
I don't know. Just seems, it seems like it's unethical.
You didn't even grow one.
No, I didn't. Nobody wants to see that.
Well, you think they want to see this? You think they want to see
you
this?
Get some gray in there. Is that a little disturbing?
A little gray? How about Brett Favre potentially going on Twitter? Is that true?
How in the world is he going to fit anything in 140 characters?
Can you even type?
It's a good question. He's Judd. I'm Tom. We'll be at the Metrodome on Sunday. Full coverage as always at 1500ESPN.com. See ya.